Hey everybody, this is Ozark Prepper One. It's Wednesday, January the 20th. And today, I'm going to tell you what the best thing every American should do right now. Number one, take your television and set it out by the curb for the trash man. You do that on tomorrow morning. Get rid of your television. You stop buying stuff at the big box stores. And you look at the label and see where things are made. And if you can buy something somewhere else, totally avoid anything made in the country of China, because you're just adding to the problem when you do that. And it's hard not to sometimes because they make a lot of crap, and crap is what most of it is. But those are some steps you can take to make a difference. Another thing, on those social media sites, I'm not talking about, everybody's been on the one we're on right now, but you got your other ones where people just put out a tweet, they share their thoughts of the day like that, or criticize one another and judge one another. I'd get off of those sites. Those sites don't get any use. They don't get as much advertising revenue. And if you liked certain channels, like say White House or whatever politician you got, if you disagree with whoever's in there, unsubscribe from that. That's how you let them know what you're thinking. And subscribe to the other guy. You know, whichever is your favorite. But for the past over 30 years, I remember in the 90s, early 90s, a lot of the stores started, we buy all of our stuff that's made in America to sell to the consumer because we care about America. And I remember everybody used to buy a Ford, Chevy, or a Dodge. And you had your occasional Toyota buyer. And this people in the rural areas were the ones that kept America going as far as the car economy. You know, other than the companies that bought fleets. You know, they bought fleets of pickup trucks made by one of the big three. But I do remember a time when people said, I don't care where it's made as long as it's the best quality for my dollar. I remember people saying that in the 90s. And they put themselves over their country when they do that. Because I agree, there were some models of certain cars in the United States were made that were junk. I mean, we can go back in time and go through a list of them. Chrysler made some doozies. Ford and Chevy both made a couple doozies that weren't too good. And they all became throwaway beaters, pretty much. But you had these guys spending just as much for a foreign-made pickup truck. They could have bought a full-size American pickup truck. And they say they were worried about fuel economy. But then you find out the people buying those little trucks, they live like 2 miles from their job. So why would they even be concerned about fuel economy if they're only going to go about a mile? You know. So it makes no sense to destroy your nation to serve yourself. And when you have a half of a nation that does that, it'll collapse. And now you've got politicians that line their pockets because they make backroom deals with other nations and the factories in those nations. And they know how to do it smooth. They funnel that money right back to themselves that they get from the taxpayer. It's a big scam. And you don't want to participate in it. You don't really want to participate in their scam. And right now we're getting blowback from it. Now, what to expect in 2021? Well, I believe that Donald put some pretty good policies in place that'll probably will be rocking still a little bit. But some of the things I see happening from the lefty side, they're going to attack our gas prices, our food prices. You know, they'll give you your little bit of, they'll say, oh, look, we're giving you some money to help out, but we're going to go ahead and raise the price on everything. And that's how they get you. And I've known this since I was a kid. I asked my grandfather one day, I said, what's the difference between a Democrat and a Republican? And he was born in 1912, so keep in mind he knew the difference because they lived through the Depression. He said, well, the Democrat will give you a little more money, but he'll take it back in taxes. And they say the Republican won't give you as much money, but the prices at the store will be a little cheaper. And I've noticed that through my existence so far. And I don't think either side pushes too hard at once, but this, let's see what these lefties do this go around, because the last go around they pushed pretty hard. They were pushing the commie flag right in our face.